Welcome to my podcast on Unit 58, the economic cycle. By the end of this podcast, you should understand the purpose and stages of the economic cycle. Before starting this podcast, it might be a good idea to reflect on the circular flow of income model. You will need to be familiar with the concept of household and firm spending as well as income, injections and leakages, and how they affect the level of the economic activity. We will use this graph to represent the different stages of the economic cycle as the GDP rises and falls. First of all, let's look at what happens following the highest point in the levels of economic activity. As people are more likely to spend, demand exceeds the business's ability to supply product, causing demand pull inflation. The increased number of imports worsen the UK's trading position, and the Bank of England increases interest rates, encouraging people to save and slowing down spending. Governments will cut back on spending as they foresee a fall in the GDP. The following stage in the economic cycle is the recession. As spending decreases, sectors experience a fall in demand, and some businesses might begin to lay off their staff. Eventually, recession will reach a slump, which is the lowest point in the levels of economic activity. Businesses have to rely on one another to stay afloat, and cutbacks in spending spread across the economy. Businesses put off investment until they see the levels of economic activity begin to rise. As the levels of economic activity start to rise, the Bank of England cuts interest rates, while inflation is not a threat. The government will spend their money in a way that stimulates demand, and as spending begins to increase, businesses have to upkeep buildings and machinery from investments. Output and employment grows.